Alrighty. How we doing? Another day. Another chance to see a beautiful, shiny, hopefully blue Nidoran over the purple one pop up on my screen. And I'm here for it, to say the least. Yeah. So I'm not gonna delay this too much. It's now part 28 of my shiny only run. I'm 3 shinies in. Going for our 4th. We're probably gonna get up to about, I think 3,100 will be my target. Maybe more? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to see. Trying to come up with a good target number. What's up, Nick? Yeah, 3,100 seems like a good stopping point. We'll get up to 3,100. That's at least my stopping point for now. If I want to do more, I'll do more. But that's where I'm gonna make my stopping point for now. All right. Let me just play my YouTube video on stream. Make sure you guys can't hear it. You shouldn't be able to, but all right. Wait. Ah! Can't freaking. My mouse is lagging. My whole computer's lagging. Why is it doing that? Give me a second. Alright, you shouldn't be able to hear that. Why is it so quiet though? I think it's fine. Alright, if you guys can hear like some sort of YouTube video cutting into the stream, just let me know, but I think it's fine. Alright. Alright. I've got my... Playing a Pokemon game on Roblox, can you tell me if it's good? Oh, your team? Go for it. Alright. Alright, so starting from 1,835, we're gonna go up until about 3,100. Maybe we'll go more, I'm not sure yet. Or until one of these Nidorans shines. If something else shines, we're gonna have to keep going, but let's just hope that does not happen. Also, sorry, you might hear some audio from my computer because there's ads playing and they're really loud. Yeah. I feel decent about today. I feel like, we could have an early sighting of a shiny Nidoran. Alright, hold on, let me read out your team. So, Heracross for Alligator, Lucario, Gengar, and Dragonair. Well, it's only 5 Pokemon, so... I'm not sure if you haven't finished your team yet, but That's the one thing I will say so far is that, yeah, could use a 6th team member. You also probably could use a fire type on your team, but it's overall it looks pretty good. I think there are slightly better water types that you can get access to than for Alligator, though. Umbreon's good. It's probably the best evolution you can get if you're going to put an evolution on your team. I'd recommend getting some sort of fire type, though. You also have 2 fighting types, which, I mean, the overlap isn't the worst in that case, because at least Lucario is like steel type, so it's not going to be weak to the same things that Heracross is weak to. I'd mainly just worry about getting like maybe a fire type on that team, though. Or maybe a better water type. I just want to continue this run so bad, dude. I want to get my Nidoran, get my Moonstone, and go. Let's see if Nidoran passes Zubat in encounters. It's already getting kind of close. It's less than 200 away from passing Zubat. Already almost done like 50-ish encounters. Sorry, that ad's probably really loud. Oh my god, dude. It's so obnoxious. It seems like video's also getting louder itself, so I'm lowering the volume. Alright, should be good now. God, I can't type. There we go. Gen 9 needs better water types. I agree. I feel like every gen kind of has like a department they're lacking in. Like Sinnoh and fire types was an absolute tragedy. Like literally the only new fire types that were introduced in Gen 4 before Platinum was released was the starter, and that was it. That was before Platinum was released. When Platinum was released, I forget what other ones were released. What other fire types came out? There was only like a few more though. There was like literally I think 1 or 2 evolutionary lines of fire types introduced in that gen past that point. Yeah, they really did not give Sinnoh a lot of fire types. And, you know, Hoenn has too much water, as you know. We've established. No, I'm kidding. I'm very happy I have a Crobat now. Crobat's so cool. Crobat's also really good. I agree, but I think instead of removing trade evolutions, I think they should make it either you can. I think they should just make it so that a Link Cable Stone is available in every single game, and they're very easy to get. Like, so you have the option to either get it by trade or to buy a Link Cable Stone and evolve your Pokemon that way. I don't like the fact that you need to trade a Pokemon in order to evolve it. I think it should be like a you can trade it or you can do this to evolve it type of thing. I think all trade Evos should have an alternate option. In my humble opinion. That's my opinion. Because I don't think they need to be removed entirely. I think that just like most, if not all, trade Evos need to have an alternate method of evolution. Just put Link Cable Stones in like every game. Getting closer to 2,000. God, I really can't type. There we go. God damn. Is there an ad every 5 seconds? Christ. This dude's rolling in money from this video. Give me 1 second. I'm just so happy this isn't EV anymore. Like, this would have been a stream of me going to 10,000 EV encounters. Had EV not shined. I have that freaking pattern of checking the EVs, though, like, baked in my brain now. If I ever need to do another gift Pokemon hunt, which, you know, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. That Umbreon can go for Sylveon. Sylveon, fairy types are always good. It's never bad to have a fairy type. I would, as good as Lucario and Heracross are, I would debate swapping one for a fire type, though. It'll just come in handy in the long run. It would just allow for more type coverage. Get like a Heatran or something instead of Lucario, maybe. But you do whatever you want with your team. I just watched the video of you getting a shiny blue Nidoran that I want. That's my target right there. I'm looking at it. You got it in Gen 3 though, not in Gen 4. Not that it really makes a difference. The odds are exactly the same in both games, but the only reason I suggest a fire type, by the way, is in case you run into things like Ferrothorn or Sizor specifically, like you're gonna need something with some good fire type power to boot. I still need to make a video short of me getting my shiny Eevee. Almost forgot to do that. Give me 1 second, by the way. Actually, yeah, hold on. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. You could get a Typhlosion. I think that's what you meant to type. Typhlosion's not bad. If you're gonna go for a starter, you could also do like Blaziken or something if you want to still. I mean, actually, no, that would still double up on fighting types, I guess, huh? You could also do something like Skeledirge or Cinderace or something. If you want to get a Cinderace. You make whatever team you want, though. Oh, not 200, 2,000. Just, that's our 2,000th encounter right there. 60 more encounters from now. And we will pass our Zubat. Meaning that Nidoran will officially be our second longest hunt in terms of encounters. It's gonna be a tough encounter number to match the Eevee, but I mean, it's definitely doable. I hope it doesn't, for the record. I'd prefer if it just stayed in second place to the Eevee. What's good, Alex? Other Yama, those are 1% by the way, those Yamas. Hoping for a quick hunt though with these Nidorans. Hopefully we don't have to, you know, sit here for nearly as long as the Eevee, which we shouldn't theoretically, but you never know. Luck's a weird thing. Why does a slowpoke tail look like it would taste good? Well, funny you say that. There's a whole thing in this game where, and you saw it earlier in this playthrough, where Team Rocket was cutting off slowpoke tails and selling them as food in Violet City. So they probably do taste good. Get another ditto. We're gonna pass the Zubat encounter number soon. God, I can't freaking. I'm struggling to run from them efficiently now. So dumb. Let's see if we can match Zubat Nidoran. This is the encounter to do it right now. Let's see it. I got 2 dittos in a row. That's crazy. Alright, well, Nidoran's officially our second longest hunt in terms of encounters now. An Eevee? Yeah. Cool. I got my Eevee too, it just, you know, it took a little while. Another Yama. it's a Sylveon, nice. Like, didn't update that one. Oops. There we go. Sorry, I zoned out for a second. We're good though. The next gym is dragon. I think is what you meant to say. Yeah, so yeah, that's good to have them. Either a fairy or an ice type works. Fairy type's probably even better though, because it's immune to dragon type moves altogether. Excuse me. Oh, jeez, that was loud. Like I almost ruptured my microphone. One way to break the silence, I guess. 21, 21. Give me the Nidoran, please. Just want to continue playing the game. I just got the Eevee and then I had to throw myself back into a hunt so I could freaking continue the story because I didn't have anything that could burn Surf. So annoying. Getting Yamas really quickly. I just realized I passed the 1/4 point to odds already. I mean, makes sense. Oh yes, I love when my YouTube ads are so loud for no reason. Ah. Watch this dude get another shiny Nidoran in Gen 3. I love that. At least somebody on one of my screens is getting a shiny Nidoran. I thought that Hypno was pink for like half a second. I would have been so mad. What's it, 2200 now? So many Nidorans. Ugh. So many. God, why is it moving so slow now? I think it's because my nephews are over and I think they came upstairs. So now, because they're using the Wi-Fi on their iPads or whatever, it's like freaking. Now it's affecting me. Whoa! Forgot I set a timer for something. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do one encounter. I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna be right back. This is gonna be 2211. All right. Might be a shiny. I'm not gonna look until I come back. All right, be right back. All right, we're back. And we should be good for the rest of the stream. I don't think I need to take any more breaks. Alrighty. Let's get back to work. think I'm gonna have to stop watching YouTube on my other monitor though, because like I said, my nephews are over, and they just went upstairs, which is where I am in my house. And I think because they're on the Wi-Fi, it's, you know, making my computer run a little slower. I can't have as many things open on my computer anymore, which, you know, sucks, but it's the way it is. I get it. All right. Hopefully this runs a decent chunk faster. Yeah, it looks like it's running at about the same pace as it was before now. Alright, that's good. Just gonna be harder to, you know, not lose focus now, because now I don't have a YouTube video on the side to keep me entertained, so now I gotta raw dog it for the next, like, 900-ish encounters. Which, I mean, I guess could be worse. Another Yama, wow. Alright, everybody hit quadruple twos. And there it is. 2222. Now it's running really slow, god dang. The encounter rate's really gonna slow down now. It's annoying. Christ, yeah, it's running so slow now. Yanma, by the way, Jesus. Getting a lot of Yanmas, considering that they're 1%. Yeah, this is really unfortunate. I mean, I understand it. I mean, they're kids. Of course, they're gonna, you know, be on their iPads. Like, my nephews are big iPad kids. It's just... I'm not gonna say it's not a little annoying. You know, it has to... that it's affecting my connection this much. I'm not gonna, like, stop them. God, it's making it go so much slower, though. I don't think there's any way I can, like... I'm gonna check my task manager one more time, but... if there's anything else hindering this, but I don't think so. Alright. Alright, it looks like it's helping now, but it might slow down again soon. I noticed with my computer, like, if I close a few things on Task Manager, it'll, like, speed up for a little bit, but then it'll slow down after a bit again. I might just literally have to thug it out. Yeah, like, look, like, immediately it slowed down again. Oh, Salamence is busted. Salamence, in terms of PvP, is like one of, if not the best pseudo legend from a PvP standpoint. And don't even get me started on Mega Salamence. It's stupid broken. It has the attack and speed of a really good glass cannon, and then, but instead of it being a glass cannon, it also has really good defenses. And it can get Dragon Dance from egg moves. So if you have a perfect Salamence with Dragon Dance and Return, because its ability when it's Mega Evolved makes normal type moves flying type moves. You have a Max Friendships Mega Salamence that's perfectly trained with Dragon Dance. Nothing is living. And even if something does somehow survive a hit from that beast, it's probably going to take the hit it gets in return. Because it's still tanky. It's not even fair. You don't even need a Mega Salamence. Like, normal Salamence is more than enough. Like, I was using Mega Salamence in PvP in, like, one of those, like, knockoff Pokemon Brick Bronze games. And I used it in battle a couple times. And then immediately I never used it again because I just felt so bad for my opponents. Like, I've never had a Pokemon that made me feel that way. I've never had a Pokemon make me feel that way where, like, I felt so bad with how bad I was beating my opponents with it that I stopped using it. That's literally what I literally had to stop using Mega Salamence because it was, I felt so guilty using it. It was too easy. It felt like cheating. It's coming from a dude that uses like one or two Ubers on my team at a time. Usually when I play those games, like I'll use like Shaman Sky or I'll use like Palafin, which are Ubers, and they're in the same tier as Mega Salamence. But Mega Salamence is a different breed. It's just a slightly worse version of Mega Rayquaza, like slightly worse. Because Mega Rayquaza is the same typing and pretty much has the same setup. With Dragon Dance, really tanky, really fast, hits really hard. Except it does a little bit more damage than Mega Salamence. Mega Salamence is already busted. But it's like Mega Rayquaza Light. I think it was like Reborn, like Bronze Reborn. I think is what it was called. God, these encounters are moving so slow. I love my nephews, but damn. Like, this sucks. I'm still gonna try to get to 3100, but it's gonna take me a lot longer to get there. It takes me like 20 seconds for 2 encounters, sometimes longer. And before I was taking, like, I'm like moving at like half the speed as I was before. This is still slightly faster than Eevee per encounter, but it's nowhere near the same speed. I think I'd be here for too long if I went to 3100. I would have been out of 2300 a while ago. Out of 2300 a while ago. I'm not even at 2300 yet. This is just too slow. Damn. At this rate, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to 3100. It's going to take too long. Like, each encounter's taking like 10 seconds now, which is literally only slightly faster than what EVs were. Unfortunate. It's kind of my fault. I probably should have not streamed when there were so many people like over at the house, because obviously that's going to affect the Wi-Fi, but to be fair, I didn't even know people were coming over today. My sister literally came over like a day or two ago, so I didn't expect her to come over again. Hold on. Yeah, my CPU is low. It's nothing to do with my computer. Yeah. It's gonna start moving faster again because I just cleared something out of Task Manager, but after like 3 encounters, it's gonna slow down again. I can already see it slowing down yet again. Oh, actually, wait. God, I can't freaking type. It's actually moving kind of efficiently now. I'm not sure how long this is gonna last though. Ah, looks like it slowed down yet again. Oh my god, they're being so loud. I don't know if you guys can hear them. Sounds like a friggin' elephant stampede outside my room. My nephews are so interesting because individually they're like fine, like they're pretty chill and like relatively tame when they're on their own, but when they're together, it's a different breed. That's how kids are, though. God, it's moving so slow, dude. Hold on, let me see what they're doing. They're yelling. All right. They're fine now. They were just running around like wild animals, but I'm gonna keep their names private for now. Just for personal sake. Yeah, I might need to cut encounters a little shorter than 3100. I might go to like 27 or 2800 instead. Just because the connections. Because my nephews, obviously, they want to be on their phones and stuff, which is fine. I know I'm mentioning it a lot, and it seems like I'm like super annoyed. Like, oh, these stupid kids like on their phone. Like, oh, like, I want to play Pokemon. Like, obviously, it's like mildly like annoying because I want to get my encounters faster, but it's less about them being on their phones. It's more so just like because of the fact that it's causing this to take longer, I'm gonna have to cut encounters a little shorter because I don't want to sit here for like 2 or 3 more hours just to get to 3100. Like, obviously they're gonna be on their phones like they're kids. I don't really care about that. Just unfortunate that Wi-Fi has to work out the way it does, where it's, because we're all fighting over the same connection in the same house, it's gonna make mine run slower so that they can, do their stuff. Which is just how Wi-Fi works, so, yeah. So I'm probably gonna do up to 27 or 2800 instead of 3100. But they probably won't be here like later tonight, so I'll be able to do 1200-ish or 1300-ish encounters later tonight. Or I could do 1500 again and make up for, the 200 or 300 that I'm not going to do right now. I think we're moving like at like Zubat right now. Zubat rate. I'm on the bike, but the connection's slower. I think Zubat was about the same amount of encounters per second since I could only run when I had Zubat. I'm hoping we can get this Nidoran before the night ends, before I go back to school tomorrow, but if it doesn't happen, it's fine. We'll probably be able to get it this weekend. It won't be that big of a deal. You know, I'm hoping I can get it before I go back tomorrow. Getting close to 2,400. My nephews are bickering again. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. My nephew was bothering my other nephew. I had to threaten to take his phone away before he would start behaving. Because he was like shutting and locking the door on my other nephew, and I'm like, ugh. Bunch of rugrats. Make good progress on this hunt, though. Even if I do have to go a few hundred encounters less to, make up for the lower internet speed. I can probably just do a couple hundred. I can just I can't speak. Instead of doing 1,200 each, I could do like 900 or 1,000 right now, and then I could do 1,400 or 1,500 later. I mean, I did it yesterday. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. So I can get up to, I think I'll get up to 2,800 and then I'll call it. But then later I'll go up to 4,300. I'll do a longer stream. Or we can get the shiny Nidoran now, and it would save us a lot of time, but I don't think that's going to happen. And this is 2400. Five more levels until I get Dragonite. Nice. Yeah, Dragonair's leveling rate is pretty unforgiving. If you can, try to see if you can find rare candies or something. Make the process faster. Because those pseudo-legends have some pretty diabolical leveling rates. Almost at the quarter of the way to 10,000 if we ever need to get that far. Hopefully not, though. 24, 24. 2 seconds. I'm taking occasional breaks to just close a few background applications on Task Manager, because for some reason it allows my computer to move like a little faster temporarily. Then it will slow down again, but it does to move at good pace, even if it's just for a little bit. Granted, the time it takes me to do that and then do this, I'm not sure if it would really save any time. There we go. Slowing down yet again, I think. Oh, no, it's still going. Look how fast I went through like the last 17 encounters though. So incredible. I want to drink it, but I actually haven't going at like the fast pace I usually go at for a bit. I'm not sure if my nephew stopped using their phones or whatever, or if I just cleared something off my task manager that was taking up more CPU than it was telling me. Or something, but I don't know what it is, but I'm happy that it's moving fast. God dang it. Show me a blue Nidoran. Not that, no, not that blue Nidoran. I meant like, show me a shiny male blue Nidoran. That's purple, but at least it's kind of listening. We just need to get the color right. Shiny male blue Nidoran, please. Shiny Nidoran male, please. Not quite. Looks like my thing's running at normal pace. I don't know if my nephew's got bored or whatever. Again, not that like I care about them using their phones or not. Like if they want to, they can. I'm not influencing them to use it or not. I was just saying that it was unfortunate how Wi-Fi works to where like all three of us can't use our devices at the same time without, you know, the internet running a little slower. That's just how internet works. Almost at 2,500. I'm just happy that after this I'm only going to have to do one more shiny hunt. And it'll be for the one I'm most excited to shiny hunt for anyways, so. After this, we'll be almost there. And that's 2,500 encounters. Assuming it actually just stays at this pace, we might be able to go back up to 3,100 again. I guess we'll see how fast I get to 2,800 or 2,900, and then I'll decide from there if I want to go back up to the 3,000s again for this stream. Ditto's face is so stupid, dude. Just a silly little goober. Come on, game. Show me the Nidoran. Show me the Nidoran. Nick, you did predict that it would happen in these next couple streams. If it's not this stream, I guess it might happen next stream. I have enough confidence though. Like I didn't know if I was gonna phase or not, but my hunch tells me I don't think I'm actually gonna run into another shiny before Nidoran. I think the first shiny I'm gonna run to is gonna be a Nidoran. I think I have enough confidence to say that. In terms of phasing, I didn't really have any hunches yesterday, but today I feel like I'm not gonna run into a shiny that isn't Nidoran. But fingers crossed, knock on wood. And honestly, as ugly as I think shiny Nidoqueen still is, I'll take either of them at this point. I still would much rather prefer male shiny Nidoran, but I will still be happy with a shiny female one. Something that'll help me continue the story. 25, 25. I feel like I'm getting a decent amount of Yamas. Yeah, the pace is sped up. Not exactly sure what I did, but once I went back into Task Manager and closed something out again, something that I closed out as a background process, I guess it might have done the trick. I'm not sure. Happy we're at efficient pace again. Yeah, we're over a quarter of the way to 10,000 encounters. You know, God forbid I have to get there, but... Damn, another Yama, Jesus. Again, those are 1 in 100 to find each time, those Yamas. I'm still getting a decent amount of them. It was like when my Dunsparce luck when I was hunting Zubat or Geodude. Game just doesn't understand that I'm gonna be here until something shines, so might as well save both of us time. Give me a shiny Nidoran and we'll be on our merry way. Pop quiz for anybody in chat. What Pokemon theme is that? What specific battle is that? If there's anybody still in chat, I don't even know if there's anybody still in chat. Get off my screen, Drowsy. I do not want you. The last thing I want is a Drowsy. Alright, this is 2,600 encounters. Yeah, the pace has definitely stayed consistent now, which is nice. Yeah, I don't think anybody's here in chat anymore. It was Blue's theme, though. The champion battle from Pokemon Red and Blue. Or Fire Red and Leaf Green. The same one. This is a little bit more remastered than those games. I think what I might actually do is, I'm not watching any YouTube videos, I might actually pull up Spotify and play some Pokemon music in the background of stream while I do this. Alright. Actually, yeah, I will do that. Give me a second, though. I do want to take a quick bathroom break, and then I will get that set up when I get back. I'm gonna pull spot. I'm gonna double check the copyright laws on this though. Granted, it doesn't matter as much. I feel like, because I'm not really monetized anyways, but I still like to be integral to copyright laws anyways. Dang. Okay, I might actually not be able to do that. Sorry, it's taking a minute. Alright, it should be fine. Apparently, I'm not gonna get any sort of copy. From what I'm seeing from people online, I shouldn't get any serious copyright warnings. Unless I'm literally posting full OSTs, but it's just going to be on in the background, so it should be fine. Which, I mean, to be fair, it's like, I'm not going to get money off of this anyway, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's just... Alright, hold on. Best of Pokemon. Let me shuffle it. That's a remix. It's also really loud, so you probably heard that. Hold on. Okay, well, these need to be swapped. Sorry about that. I'm figuring things out here. Let me unmute my desktop audio. All right. Okay, well that's the official Pokemon theme, which is not exactly. Okay, hold on. I want to find ones from the games. I think this is stuff from the anime. I want Pokemon music from the games. Let's just see how this playlist is. Alright, well this is Cynthia's theme. Which is a pretty good Pokemon theme. Let me see how loud that is. Sorry, I'm taking a while on this. Because I might want to set this up for future streams as well, so I might as well figure it out now. Okay, it sounds pretty good. The blend's nice. Alright, without further ado, let's continue. Theoretically, I would have already finished my encounters by now, but obviously we paused a lot, and there was some connection issues. Also, some of these are, for reference, these are remixed, because I guess they're also, the people that made this were also trying to avoid copyright, which I guess works out for everyone. Oh, this Pokemon theme is so nice. This is a Quivering Heart from Pokemon Black and White. Oh. Such a good freaking theme. Literal chills. This is also a thing they used in Pokemon Book Bronze. Sorry, that's corny, but like the first game I remember hearing it from when I was like a little kid. I think I ironically enjoyed listening to the music more than I do watching videos on the side. I might just do this from now on. Oh, this is palette time. Oh, that's that. Oh, this is Spear Pillar theme from Diamond and Pearl. Dialga is also one of my favorite legendaries, like, of all time. Like, over... I think most people like Giratina. I was always more of a Dialga enjoyer. Almost at 1/3 of the odds. This would be our second Mon to make it out of the 2000s if we get there. Only Eevee's done it so far. Eevee made it all the way to 8,500. We just hit 2,700 for Nidoran. Another Yama. So those are always rare. Gotta love a little Jubilife City action. Feeling a little root. I'm a hoeing boy. Do 27. Alright, next encounter we will be a third of the way to odds. And there it is. Oh my god, I can't freaking type, dude. You know what? I'm willing to go up to 3100. Theoretically, I would have ended stream right about now, but I don't even feel that bored of hunting right now. Surprisingly, despite the fact that I'm watching like no YouTube or anything, I'm kind of just like in a flow state. Just getting encounters. I think I'm more motivated too because I'm getting so many encounters so fast that like it doesn't really hurt for me to go another 100 encounters or 200 encounters or 300 encounters. Bum 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 bum. Realizing that this route's kind of full of Gen 1 Pokemon. Drowsy, Nidoran, Abra, Pidgey when it's noon or morning. The only Gen 2 Mons you'll see here... Oh, and there's Ditto as well. The only Gen 2 Mons you'll see here are Yanma and Hoot Hoot only when it's nighttime. It's like a very Kanto-ish route. Lavender Town's a little creepy, not quite my tempo. Wonder how many meter rounds it'll take before one turns the color of its opposite gender. Almost at 2800 now. I said I would stop here, but because the pace increased, I'm gonna keep going. Gotten to a point where like I kind of enjoy this. It doesn't like feel torturous anymore. I think I'm like actually becoming like a shiny hunter by the second. Like I feel like I started off this run as somebody that was doing shiny hunts, and now I actually feel like a shiny hunter. Sorry if that was kind of corny, but this isn't so bad now. This is kind of relaxing. The music's also kind of helping me. What's up, Ditto? Frickin' little devious smiley face. $28.50. I already heard this one today. Oh my god, I can't freaking type. There we go. Getting closer to that 3,000 milestone. It's always a good one to hit. Another Yama. Another Yama, Jesus. Now we're less than 100 from 3K. Or listen to a variation of Cynthia's theme. $29.29. Closer and closer to that 3,000. Come on, game, bless me up. You know damn well why I've been here for almost 3,000 encounters. Just save both of us time. Give me the shiny Nidoran. I'll take either of them at this point. I prefer the male, but just give me any of them at this point. This is Goldenrod City. I was just there. I was just in Goldenrod. Yeah, type. Wonder if the same thing's gonna happen like with Zubat, where since I have to update the counter right as the encounter's happening, I'm just gonna see it sparkle out of the corner of my eye. Start freaking out. Probably, I mean. Almost at 3K. Alright, and this is for 3,000 encounters. And it's an Abra. Alright, last 100. And I'm going to call it a stream. I will do one more thing before I call it a stream. I'm gonna go check the Pokemart and see if my in-game mom used any of the money that was saved to buy a Moonstone, because that's also something I'm gonna need to wait for, along with the shiny Nidoran itself. Alright, last 80. Are we gonna luck out toward the end of the stream? $30.25. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Alright. Less than 50 to go. And we're gonna call it for right now. Nidoran made it out of the 2000s though for encounters. It's well beyond what Zubat and Chikorita took. At this point, after next encounter, we will have passed Zubat by 1,000 encounters. And there it is. 40 left. $35 to go. Luriama. Last 20. Are we gonna luck out? Can't say we are. Can't say that. Alright, less than 10 to go. Think we'll get it by before encounter 3100. Like if it was gonna happen, it would have already happened. So I feel like it's gonna take a little bit longer, which is okay. We've already done more than a third of the work, theoretically, to get the shiny. We might not actually have done a third of the work, but theoretically, if it gets to around odds to get the shiny, then we have. But that's not guaranteed. Alright, last three. See if we even get a Nidoran in these last three. There we go. Alright, and this is the last encounter of the stream. And there it is, it's an Abra. Alright, before I end, I'm actually just gonna check something real quick. I want to go to the nearest Pokemart and see if my in-game mom bought a Moonstone for me. I'm gonna have to progress a little bit more to go check. Ah, fuck, okay, this is gonna... Do I have repels? Because I don't want to skew the encounter number. There we go. Crobat looks so cool in the overworld. Oh. Does your mom not buy the shit for you if you ignore her calls? That's so silly. Okay, so I guess that's a thing I'm gonna have to do after then. I don't think your mom actually buys the things for you if you don't answer her calls. Damn. I thought you could just ignore her calls and they would just be there anyways, but I guess not. Well, that's tragic. This is Route 35, isn't it? Yeah. So we're already back. Maybe we can try a different part of Route 35, see if we get any better luck. We go down here. Alright. We're gonna save here. That's gonna be streamed today. Probably gonna stream later tonight. Do a little over 1,000 encounters again. Get up to like 43 or 4,400 probably. Hopefully we'll get it then. If not, I'm not gonna be able to hunt Monday through Wednesday because I'm gonna have school. But we've made good progress on this hunt regardless. We've done well to make like a pretty solid dent in the encounters, which I'm happy with. Hopefully we get it tonight. If we don't, it's okay. We'll probably get it this weekend. And if we don't get it this weekend, we'll get it next weekend. And hopefully it won't go past that. But, you know, anything can happen. Knock on wood. Alright. Thank you to everybody who joined. Here's to, you know, better luck in the future so we get another shiny and we can continue the game. And, yeah. That's about it.